Welcome. Today we bring coverage of an event influencing the global economy and its operations in all nations, businesses, and homes. 2026 begins following widespread global conflicts and events. Subsurface tensions persist as alliances formed in recent human history enter another period of strain. International conditions show increased tension. Confidence from prior decades has receded, giving way to uncertainty and suspicion. Major powers now prepare for direct competition and unapologetic indifference to human life in the name of pragmatism. Across several years and quieter decades, industry, wealthy individuals, think tanks, and conservative groups developed a strategy inside Washington power structures. Confidential drafting and closed discussions produced a plan now influencing current global conditions. The strategy links sanctions against Russia, resource competition with China, and intervention in Venezuela. Decision-makers chose actions and targets through measured assessment away from the overall public. The stated objective centers on economic dominance through force. The United States is pursuing control over resources, technology, and capital, limiting rival participation. The Western fortress presents a scenario of Western isolation and perceived might maintained through trade barriers and coercive capacity against rivals and allies alike. If allowed to proceed by the people's representatives and presidents, this course of action seeks to reconfigure global governance structures. Its outcomes and risks will persist over generational timelines.
Today, the people must ask, is this fortress a shield protecting Western prosperity, or is it a cage trapping us in a cycle of confrontation and isolation? The plan seeks to isolate U.S. adversaries and to force rising powers and smaller nations to choose between access to the American market or alignment with Russia and China. The outcome carries direct consequences for global trade, foreign relations, and human lives. The situation functions as a trade dispute and an economic ultimatum affecting roughly half the world's population. Billions of lives and livelihoods will face the outcomes as their governments confront forced alignment and loyalism to the United States.
In 2026, the prospect of 500% tariffs looms over global trade, affecting supply chains and government and corporate leadership from Shanghai to São Paulo to Caracas. Venezuelan oil, once a symbol of hope for a struggling nation, is now a weapon to control energy prices worldwide. The U.S. is betting big on its ability to sway the global energy market. And at home, the era of cheap dollar store-style goods may be over.